Hey gals, welcome to Binge Free Bestie, the podcast where we ditch the diets, break free from binge eating, and build a safe and empowered relationship with our bodies. I'm your host, Nick Carberia, a registered therapist who totally gets it. Binge eating and body image struggles? Yep, I've been there, done that, and I've got the therapy bills to prove it. But here's the good news, bestie. I've recovered and I'm here to help you to do the same. This potty is all about real, evidence-based strategies from my therapy practice, plus down-to-earth, relatable girl talk with me and some of my amazing besties and other experts who have their own stories, tips, and tricks to share with you. So, whether you're tired of the diet cycle, ready to ditch the shame spiral, or just want to feel more confident in your own skin, then you've come to the right place. It's time to get real about food freedom, body acceptance, self-care, and building a life you truly love. Let's get into it, besties. Hey bestie, welcome back to the Binge Free Bestie podcast. I'm Nick, I am your therapist bestie and food freedom hype girl. Today we are diving into something I know you've probably said to yourself at least once, and that is something like, oh, I was just a little bored, I was watching TV and I grabbed myself a little snacky and suddenly I've eaten the whole damn cupboard. So what the hell just happened? Does that sound familiar to you? I'm sure that it does. It definitely has been for me. So that is what we're going to talk about today. But before we dive into the good stuff, I just want to remind you that the breakup doors have officially opened last week. Yeehaw! Oh my gosh, it is happening. And we've already had so many amazing women jump inside and start their journey. I am just so stoked at the amount of women who have said yes already. We launched on Thursday. Today is Monday for me, so it's only been a few days and the community is buzzing. So the gals who have joined have dived straight into it. Like, they are just going hard. It is amazing. So they're already starting the modules and they're also in the community forum, which is a private space only for those in the breakup. And they're chatting, they're asking lots of questions, they're doing the journaling prompts, they're reflecting, supporting each other. They're using Binge Free Coach Bell, which is my AI-powered bot, and they're going into the food freedom method. And it has been the most magical, soul-fulfilling week for me, just watching it all unfold and seeing changes happen for women just since Thursday. So first and foremost, I just want to say thank you so much for those who have joined. And I want to acknowledge you. I want to acknowledge you for choosing to invest in yourself and in your recovery, because it's not a small decision. It's absolutely not, and it shouldn't be. It's very brave and it's very powerful. And I just wanted to say I'm so proud of you. And chat with me in the forum. I'm there to support you, because you don't have to do it alone, and your food freedom journey has well and truly started. So welcome to the space, those who have joined us. For everyone else, the time is now. The time is, well, anytime. You can join us anytime. The doors are not going to close again. Okay, so when the time is right for you, you're so welcome. But why not you? Why not now? Remember, you can slide into my DMs or flick me an email if you have any questions or anything like that. So let's dive into today's episode. We're going to talk about why we eat when we're bored. So, being real here, boredom eating isn't about your stomach. It's not about your tummy at all. It is all about your brain. So when you're bored, your body isn't craving food, okay? It's craving stimulation, comfort, maybe a bit of an escape. And the thing is, when you're bored, suddenly the kitchen, the pantry, the fridge, whatever, is the most interesting place in the world. And I know you know that food noise, you know, that little cookie jar that starts whispering your name, that is so real. You know there's something in the pantry that's calling out to you. And because food is such an easy, accessible way for us to get a quick hit of dopamine, you know, that feel-good brain chemical, of course you lean into food. So here's how I see it through my lens as a therapist and food freedom expert. So number one, it's all about stimulation. So boredom often means that our brain is just understimulated, and we know for a fact that food gives us something to do, and it makes life feel a little less flat in that moment. The second reason why you're reaching for that food when you're bored is it's for comfort, right? So sometimes boredom is actually a cover for another emotion. So I want you to dive a little deeper. When you say, oh, I'm bored, could it be a cover for loneliness, maybe sadness, maybe overwhelm, and food therefore is becoming a bit of an emotional blanket, something to wrap you up, something to comfort you. And the next one is it's a habit loop. Okay, so over time, our brain wires boredom with food. So you're sitting on the couch, you grab a snack. You open your laptop, you've got your little bowl of chocolate there. And the two things become linked, like it's like muscle memory, right? So here's a bit of a kicker. If you are already restricting or you're labeling foods as bad, your brain is already hyper-focused on those particular foods. So when you get bored, the forbidden foods, the naughty ones, are the ones that you first think of. So we know there's kind of 3 reasons you might be boredom eating. It's that seeking stimulation, seeking comfort, or it's a habit that you've wired over time. And I want you to hear this. That boredom eating is not proof that you are weak or broken or lacking willpower. Now we know it's just your brain looking for those 3 things. And food is the fastest button that your brain knows how to work to satisfy those needs, the stimulation, comfort, or habit fulfillment. Okay, so I'm sure that is making sense. But why does it feel like when you start with, say, a handful of chips, you say, okay, I'm going to let myself have the chippies, suddenly the whole bag or the whole row, 2, 3, or 4 rows of chocolates or a whole tub of ice cream / half the pantry is gone? So I'm going to break that down for you. So the first is it's a restriction rebound. So it might have been that you've been holding back all day, perhaps saving calories, eating clean, avoiding carbs. And of course, if you've been listening along to the podcast, you'll know that your body is primed to overeat once it gets that first little taste, once it gets that access to food. So think of it a bit like a rubber band. You could pull it back tighter and tighter. When you're pulling it back, that's like when you're restricting or dieting or being good. And the harder that you pull it back, the harder it's going to snap when you let it go. So that's why you don't just have one biscuit. Your body is like, oh my God, finally, energy, give it all to me. That's not a lack of willpower that it goes 1 biscuit to 50 biscuits. It's your biology doing exactly what it's been designed to do. So when food is scarce, your survival brain will always switch into I must stock up right now mode. Make sense? Great. Okay, the next is you have gone into mindless mode. So boredom eating usually happens when we're just distracted. So scrolling, watching TV, working at your desk. So you're not actually tuned into how the food tastes or how full you're getting, which means you end up eating a lot more before your body even gets a chance to register that it is physically satisfied. And if you've ever had a moment where you're like, oh my gosh, where did that whole packet go? That is probably because you were in mindless mode, right? And the final one is the good old familiar favorite, the guilt spiral. And it's a real kicker. So the second you think, ugh, I've blown it, that all or nothing mentality kicks in and you end up convincing yourself, well, I've already ruined today. I might as well just keep screwing it up and go all the way. This is kind of the what the hell effect or black and white thinking. So instead of pausing, moving on, giving yourself some self-compassion, you end up throwing yourself deeper into the binge because guilt has already taken the wheel. And I want to be clear, that spiral, not your fault. It is learned. Diet culture has trained you to think that one snack means a failure. But in reality, any snack, doesn't matter, I don't care what it is. It's just food. And you are allowed to stop at any point and choose to do something differently without punishing yourself or going into the entire bag of cookies. Okay? You can learn to come into consciousness and stop that guilt spiral feeding into a binge. So I'm going to give you some tools now, because we can reframe this. So instead of letting boredom or restriction or guilt run the show, I want you to try and practice something different. So the first step is all about pausing and checking in. So before you grab some food, just take a breath and ask yourself, am I physically hungry right now? So head is in the fridge. Am I physically hungry? Or could it be that I'm just needing something else? And sometimes you'll realize, yep, okay, I am actually hungry. I do need to fuel. Go for it. Absolutely go for it. But other times you might notice, this could be emotional hunger. So maybe you'll notice, I actually am tired. I'm bored. I'm avoiding doing something like a chore. There's no wrong answer here. The goal is just all about awareness. And step 2 from there is, once you come to that realization, is it's time to satisfy the real need. So if it is physical hunger, I want you to eat. I don't care what time of night it is. I don't care if you had a meal an hour ago. If you're having actual physical hunger cues, give your body real satisfying food. If you skip that or you try to wait it out until tomorrow, it's only going to set you up for a rebound binge later. So if it's not that physical hunger though, what do you actually need? We were talking about this before, so maybe it is stimulation. Get up, change your environment, put on a song, dance in the kitchen, go outside, touch grass, send a meme to your friend, whatever. Just change it up. Get away from the TV or the phone or whatever that thing is that is actually not giving you enough stimulation. If it happened to be that you needed comfort, okay, what is comforting for you? We're all different, so you need to figure out what is comforting for you. Maybe it's wrapping yourself up in a blanket, doing some journaling, or maybe a nervous system reset tool like grounding or breath work. And I teach loads and loads of these inside the breakup. But the point is, food is just one way to meet a need, but it's not the only way. So make sure you have a little toolkit there of other ways to meet those comfort needs. Okay, step 3, last step. If you do snack, just own it. Just own it. It is okay. If you want the snack, Betty, just have the snack. Really, it doesn't need to be a big deal. But let's do it a little bit differently. So slow it down. Put the snack on a plate. Actually let yourself taste and enjoy it, because this isn't about earning our food or planning to burn it off later. This is about giving yourself full permission to enjoy food without guilt. And I promise you will be surprised, because when you eat with intention and satisfaction, you usually need to eat way, way less than if you were eating in secret in that kind of guilty, speedy mode. So, point to remember here is, one snack does not equal failure. It's just one moment. So you always have the power to stop and pivot and choose compassion instead of shame. And just remember that boredom eating is not a failure. It's a very, very human thing to be doing. So just pause, check in, choose that compassion, and start rewiring your brain for peace. Okay, I'm so proud of you for showing up today and being here with me, being open-minded. Remember, food doesn't have to feel hard. If you've been stuck in that cycle of binging and dieting and guilt and feeling out of control around food, you're not broken. I will keep saying that until I'm blue in the face. I don't care how many times I repeat myself on that point. It's not your fault, okay? As I said, the breakup, the doors are now open and we are in launch week. So for these next 7 days, so until this coming Friday, and let me check, what date is that? The 17th. So the 17th of October, 9 p.m. New Zealand Standard Time, I have got a wee offer going where if you enroll in the breakup in this first week, you get the whole program, which includes your food freedom method recovery modules and all of the bonuses. But if you join in this launch week, I'm also going to throw in an additional bonus, and that is a free pass to my upcoming masterclass, which is called Sugar Without the Spiral. And that is all about, Halloween is coming up, right? And it can kind of throw us off a wee bit because we feel like, oh my gosh, I can't control myself around sweet things. So I'm making a masterclass specifically to address that and give you a few strategies to go into this kind of sweet season. But of course, it's going to be helpful for any time. So if you join the breakup before New Zealand Standard Time, the Friday night at 9 p.m. on the 17th of October 2025, you're going to get a free pass to that, and I will send it out to you on the 23rd of October, so just in time for Halloween. If that sounds good, you're going to find the link to the breakup in my show notes. And remember, ask me questions anytime. I'm right here, and I hope today's episode was super, super helpful. All right, bestie, I will catch you next week. Next week, I'm going to be talking about what I kind of was talking about today, but we're going to really hone in on why we want that little sweet treat after dinner. Like, what is it about the evening sweetie treat that just sucks us in? I'm going to tell you all about it next week, so I hope that you'll come back. Make sure you hit follow and leave me a review to help the potty grow and reach more and more women around the world. Take care, and I'll see you then. Ciao.